Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video is a bit different, though maybe not, I don't know. It feels different to me. And today I'm going to be talking about Odin. I had some requests for a video about Odin. I asked Odin if there was something that he wanted to share, and what I was guided to is to first sharing more about who he is and my experiences with Odin. So this is kind of like my stories, and I definitely channeled with him as I wrote my notes for this, but I don't necessarily feel like it's just one specific message. So I'm going to really be this more of like connecting with Odin and just learning a bit more about him. So, well, I guess before I get into the video, I want to welcome you here. And if this is your first time, thank you for watching. My name is Lelantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer. I specialize in working with the magical realms. Most of the time, or that's a lot of the energy I work with, is dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all the different magical beings. But I have been on this journey deepening my connection with magic in a different way, and that is with Norse magic and working really deeply with Odin and Freya and channeling with the runes. And this energy has been really present for me the past few months. So I have been working with Odin for a while, for a couple of years, but I will say that my relationship with Odin has changed. And my perception of him has changed as I have gone deeper and had more understanding and more respect for him. So as I do this video, I feel like it's really important to do this in a really respectful way and really kind of honoring Odin. And, you know, this isn't just a frivolous thing, you know, connecting with him. So if you haven't already picked up on it, Odin is a Norse god. He is the All-Father. He is he is associated with wisdom and magic. I see him as very magical, very wise. He's a war god, and he doesn't. One thing that I feel with him is that he doesn't let anything stop him from what he wants to achieve. You know, when he wanted to learn the runes, he was ready to sacrifice everything he needed to sacrifice. He sacrificed his eye for wisdom. You know, he will do anything, really. He's all about, you know, the energy of expansion, and he helps us in accessing our own magic and our own wisdom, and not letting ourselves limit ourselves, not letting ourselves be small because we feel like we are limited as humans, or we feel very restricted as a human. So when you work with Odin, it's going to take you to places that push your comfort zone, and he's probably going to tell you some truths that are uncomfortable to hear. When I first started working with Odin, I saw him as just really deeply loving and a really powerful force, but I felt his love a lot. And I want to say that I feel his love in a different way now. I feel his love as a what is the word? I can't think of the word. It's like he still loves, but it's in a way that's kind of like pushing you beyond your comfort zone. Like, he loves you in a way that it's like, stop playing small, stop keeping yourself in boxes, stop I don't know, it's like it's an energy that can be a little bit uncomfortable, but yet it's a very important and it is expansive. But that's why there's like a balance in working with Odin and working with Freya, because he's that masculine energy. And if you work with both of them, then you get him and the masculine energy of like this force of power. You get Freya and the really loving energy. So that's why it's good to kind of have that balance with them. He does have a protective energy. To me, he has a protective energy. But at the same time, it's not like he's going to push you to protect yourself before he will step in. So he's pushing you to really own your own power and your own strength and your own abilities in protecting yourself. And then, if need be, then he'll assist, kind of thing, right? He's not going to let you give your power away to him. That's how I would see it. When I tune into his energy, now that I have begun activating to the runes, I'm going to use the word activating to the runes, because even without really knowing, before I knew anything about the runes, just when I stepped into that energy, I began to see them. So I can channel and I will see the rune and I will hear what it is and I will know its meaning or what it is in that particular situation. So when I tune into Odin, I see runes kind of scrolling by in my mind's eye, kind of wrapped around him. And another thing about Odin is that I often see him with a book, not always, kind of depending, because he is can show up as a teacher, a rather intense teacher, but he can show up as a teacher depending on your relationship with him. But he does sometimes come forward with a book for you to learn from. I also see him with a staff. So there's different people say different things about what he has. I see him with a staff. It is a very magical energy. He uses that staff when he does healing with me or my clients, or for doing healing and for creating something. He is, like I said, very no nonsense. And so if you want to call on him, be ready. Be ready for some serious shifts. He's not going to let you play around. It's time to step outside. It's time to move forward. There's no playing small, right? So he's great to call on when you really want to own your power, your gifts, and that sovereignty and that energy of who you authentically are. If you want to feel your warrior energy, Odin is a great one to call on. So for me, when I work with Norse magic, I feel a lot of that shield maiden energy for myself. I feel very much that warrior self, and Odin helps to build that. And what is it that's keeping you from, believing in yourself, owning who you are, all of that? He's going to help you kind of break through those barriers and restrictions that you may put up for yourself. He said a couple of things as I was channeling with him. One thing he said is, you have forgotten who you are. So this is part of that, owning who you are, but you have to remember who you are first. And he can help you in remembering. And just know that some of the things you're going to remember or activate within you are going to be uncomfortable. And I think that it's like that anytime we're in an expansion, there's going to be uncomfortable stuff that comes up. But when you're working with Odin, be ready for some big things. And it's not all rainbows. And this is a deep shamanic energy. This is deep stuff. You're going to see things that are maybe you didn't think you were really ready to see or experience. And it's going to take you to new levels and places you didn't know that you would really go to. But to me, this is important. And he said that there's strength in your wisdom, and you need to remember this wisdom that is within you. So he has great respect for wisdom, and he draws that wisdom that you already have out of you. So the wisdom from your lifetimes of experiences, he brings that up. He helps you to see this wisdom that you already have. Now, he's not going to play around with you. He's going to be like, you already know that. Why are you not owning that for yourself? So it's important to recognize that. Like I said, it can be a bit uncomfortable, but all of us have a different relationship with him. So you have to develop your own relationship with him. He doesn't have any patience for excuses. He is all about that forward momentum. And if you make excuses, then he'll just kind of go away. You know, if you're working with him and you're doing stuff with him, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm not motivated enough to do this, or I'm too tired, or I'm too busy, or whatever it is, like, I'll be like, okay, you're not ready for this. See ya. And it doesn't mean that you won't come back, but like, you're going to have to be really serious about doing your part in this relationship with him, right? You have to decide, you know what, I can't play around. I have to take this serious. I need to show up. I need to do what I need to do. Another thing that came up when I was channeling with him is that working with him can help you to find safety in your power, in owning your power, and knowing that you are safe to own your power. So I feel like this kind of goes along, I know, for myself, and that shield maiden energy and that powerful force that I feel within me and my warrior self. It helps me to know that I am safe. And so when I do my magic, when I hold my staff, when I use my weapons for clearing energy, I feel that power within me. I feel safe to do that work. That is the magic in working with Odin. You learn to really own your sovereignty and your warrior self, and how to work with that, and to be part of this change that we have here. So some of the work that I do personally is clearing energy of land. So ancient sacred sites, I will go there astrally. Like, yeah, preferably soon, I will go there physically. And there are places around here locally where I will go to physically. But there are sacred sites that I will go to astrally, and I will clear energy of the land. I will connect with spirits of that land and see what isn't flowing, check the ley lines. I work with dragons and checking the ley lines, clearing the ley lines. Mainly that's the dragons and me working with them in that, you know, intention. So he's really, a lot of this, I know for me, and owning this ability, or these abilities, because there's more than one, it just strengthened in my connection with Odin. And the more I connect with him and step into these things and these intentions, because every day, you know, I committed to doing this work. So that means I'm committed to showing up every day to astrally travel to different places to do the work. And the more I do that, the more I can feel that power and purpose within me. Sorry, I keep getting messages. So like I said in the beginning, he doesn't let any limitations stop him, and he brings that energy forward when you work with him, that there's not really any obstacles. There's unlimited things available. So whatever way you want to look at it, there's always more expansion, and you can't let things that you want go, like, be set aside because you think that it's not possible to have them. He will help you achieve that and step into that, but it's not going to be the smooth, easy road of just meditation and love and light. This is going into the shadows. This is deep shamanic work. Like I said, like this is going into the depths. So he will help you, though, in really achieving your desires and what you want to create. Excuse me. I feel like there's so much that can be said here. There's a lot of different things that I could say regarding like things that show up with him. He has 2 wolves. He has 2 ravens, Hugin and Munin. They're on my talisman here. He also has a horse. I think it's like an 8-legged horse that runs really, really fast. I don't usually see him with this horse, so that's why I can't remember if it's 8 legs or not, but it's a different kind of horse. But I do see his ravens. His ravens will sometimes get my attention. And more recently, his wolves have been showing up a bit more. Like I'll see them anyways. So yeah, if you are ready for forward momentum, you're ready to go into the depths and the shadows and the darkness and the nitty-gritty stuff of spirituality and shamanic work, then he's a great energy to work with. Just be ready for him. That is everything for today's video. I hope that this resonates with you. If you have something that you want to share regarding Odin, please post it below. Like I said, this is my experiences. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's. You know, this is personal things that I've experienced on my own. And I will say that for when I worked with some of my clients with Odin for a period of time where we really went deep into the shadows and a lot of childhood traumas. And he really showed up in that, changing that energy around those childhood traumas, which now that I'm working with him is like, that's really interesting. That's really what he showed up for. But at the same time, it's not really so strange, because that's a part of really stepping into your power, and it's a part of, you know, owning who you are. And we hold on to so much stuff from our childhood, that why wouldn't he be a part of that, you know, changing that energy so that you can take back your power from those situations, right? So yeah, I love to hear your stories and anything that you feel called to share with us. And you can, I know that my links seem to like break a lot on YouTube, and I don't really know why, because they're supposed to be there, they show up as correct. So you can find my website is lalantia.com. So it's just my name.com. And I have a group on Facebook called Sorceress Circle. It should be pretty easy to find. So if you feel called to checking that out, please do. And if you want to message me, you can also find me on Instagram, and I'm happy to chat. I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.